What I'm about to tell you is going to change your PvP game forever. I'm not about to give you a secret weapon. I'm not going to tell you the best enchantments. What I'm about to tell you is so basic, so incredible, so monumental that it'll change your game forever. It's changing your settings. Okay, wait, before you leave. I know you think I'm joking, but I'm not. One of the easiest ways you can improve your Minecraft PvP skills, at least on the most basic, fundamental level, is to change up your keyboard and hotkeys. But Kiwi, I can hear you saying, sitting in your chair, watching this, wanting to improve. How can we trust you? You're not an expert. You've said as much before. That's kind of the whole point of this series, getting better at Minecraft. But if you're a noob too, why should I trust what you have to say? Well, to be frank, college has taught me that if there's any gaps in my knowledge, and I absolutely need to understand and know what I'm talking about, I do research. Lots and lots of research. Please subscribe. So to clear up a few terms, DPI and mouse sensitivity are two different things. One of them has to do with your mouse's actual settings. I think that's built into the hardware of the mouse. Then your sensitivity is actually an option you can change in the game. If you want to get to it, you go from Escape, Options, Controls, Mouse Settings. I was actually playing with my sensitivity, so right now it's down to 80%, but usually your default will start at 100, and when you want to play with your sensitivity, you're going to want to go down in increments of 5. Then, once you get within a range that you're comfortable with, play with it a little more and experiment. Mouse sensitivity is essentially how fast your mouse pointer goes and how fast it moves on the screen. With increased sensitivity, the mouse goes faster and requires less effort to get across the screen. Lower mouse sensitivity moves slower and requires more effort to get across the screen. But it does offer better precision. And that's what we're going to be wanting to be able to hit people easier. Because if you can't hit people in the first place, then you're gonna be doomed. When I was doing research, I discovered that the best way that you can improve or experiment with your sensitivity without having to worry about PvP or people killing you is to practice with a stationary target. And luckily for us, my sister gave us the name.
Sister, I need a very dumb name.
Of a great and wise entity.
3, 2, 1, go. Maybe, just go.
A rival.
Someone say a dumb name!
Worthy.
The person name!
Johnny!
Johnny it is!
Of our triumphs.
You failed me, sister! Your friend had to step in!
So this is Johnny. What Johnny is going to allow us to do is figure out how high or low our sensitivity needs to be. Because, quite simply, if you can't keep your mouse on a stationary target while you're circling around it, then your sensitivity is much too high. Case in point, I'm having a little bit of trouble doing this right now. And if you were hitting this man, it would be very difficult to actually get in enough hits. If you have a high clicks per second, but you can't hit your opponent, clicks per second means nothing. Let's play around with our settings a little bit and see what works. Our epic fight with Johnny has been long and arduous, but already I think things are looking a lot smoother. It might not be visible yet, however, I believe we're getting a lot better. I have staked so much on this rivalry, Johnny, for though the snow billows around us, and though we may not know what comes tomorrow, I will still one day defeat you, Johnny. I think I angered Johnny. Okay then, Johnny. If I don't have some epic montage music in the back of this, I'm going to be very disappointed. Keep in mind that lower sensitivity is higher precision. Higher sensitivity means you'll have less effort to move your screen around. That's why if you do this on a higher sensitivity, it's going to look a lot more jittery than when I'm doing it, because I'm at 50% sensitivity, and you may be at 100 or higher. Lowering your sensitivity is all about increasing your precision, which will increase your hits, which will increase your DPS, which will increase your combat effectiveness. The mouse sensitivity I ended up going with is 43%. That's just what I prefer. You guys should experiment and find your own mouse sensitivity preference, because I'm not going to really be able to give you an exact number that's going to be like, this is it, this is the God number, this is what you need to have, because it's all going to be up to personal preference. Moving on to the next thing that you should modify. This one is going to seem a little bit simplistic, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. FOV, or field of vision, is basically what your game uses to measure how much of the screen or your surroundings you get to see. Think about it like this, right? Your FOV is like a magnifying glass, and when you make it larger or smaller, you're zooming in or out on that magnifying glass. However, if you've ever done a lab class, you will know that there is an exact setting that you will need to put your microscope at in order to get the exact thing you need to see the specimen properly. Think about your FOV like that. You're zooming in or out to the exact specifications that you require. That way you can best see what you need to see, and in that case, it's your opponent. Or, in mine, Johnny. If you're zoomed out way too high on a microscope, you don't see any of your specimen and you won't be able to write down any observations on it. If you're zoomed in too much, then everything becomes blurry and indistinct, and you won't be able to make out the proper details of said specimen. Therefore, you need to find the exact zoom that you need for your screen. And sometimes the default is fine. This is the default for mine. However, this could be better, and I could see a lot more around me if I were to go the proper setting. Now, when I was researching this much, I found this video by Yellowfish Gaming. What he recommended was a certain range for different devices. If you're on a larger device, you're going to want your FOV to be from 85 to max. If you are on a smaller device such as mobile, tablets, or Nintendo Switch, you're going to want your FOV to be from 50 to 80. But play within those ranges and see what you prefer. The next thing we're going to want to do when we're playing around with our keys is to adjust our hotbar. Now, when you think about it, if you are trying to spam click to hit something in 1.8.9 or to hit something in general, you're not going to want to lift your hand from your finger, your attacking finger, your dominant finger, from attacking to go over to the scroll wheel to attempt to hit something. It's just going to take up time, and it's just going to provide you less CPS, and in the end, it's not very beneficial. Whereas you could reassign nearby keys around WASD to try and get better ways to manage your hotbar and navigate your items. If you have your hand on WASD and you are trying to reach your finger to anything beyond 5, you're going to have to lift your hand off the keys in order to click any of those buttons to get items that you need for battle. But that's not going to work out for you very well, because lifting your hand off those keys means that you have to stop moving, and that means you're going to have to let your opponent hit you, which isn't good in a battle. Therefore, reassigning keys to anything around WASD is going to help you out a lot in the end. These are the keys I ended up assigning. It doesn't really matter what keys you pick, as long as you're comfortable with them and you can hit them and they're within range of WASD. You can always reassign other things too, so it doesn't really matter too much. As our time with Johnny comes to a close, I believe we're ready for what is to come.
Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. I put a lot of effort into these, so if you could hit the bell, subscribe, do the thing, that would be great. Thanks so much, and here's a blooper. Bye.
Dad, I told you I was recording!
Are you recording?
Yes! I'm putting you in the blooper. I'm gonna fight you.
Are you recording?
Go out the door!
I have to pee.
Go pee in the other bathroom.
I guests are here.
But-
Just quickly.
Dad!
Are you recording?
Dad!
Let me see.
I'm gonna murder him.
Alright, now listen. I'm going to tell you what to do. Go jump off the snowy mountain. Do it. Jump. Jump.
I'm trying.
Jump.
Are you proud of me, Dad?
Mm.
Are you proud of me, Dad?
Keep going.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm in creative mode. I'm not gonna die.
Look like you pooped.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I didn't even turn the rain on.
It just happened.
That just happened.
Look at it. He just looks so sad.
I'm gonna pause this recording.